so happy you stuck with us. I was going to say sticked with us. Thanks for staying with us here on Sunrise. It is Pet Poison Awareness Month, so we've learned about the different ways to keep our fur friends safe. But this week we continue the conversation. We'll hear from Trinity Pierce, a dedicated pet owner and dog trainer who tragically lost her dog Diego to poison in 2024. She's here to share her story in hopes of encouraging others to be more vigilant when it comes to their pets. Welcome to Sunrise,
Hi,
Trinity.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good too. I'm good too. I'm going to begin this way, but I guess afterwards I'll get better. Talk to us about that experience. I mean, about how you lost. Is Diego or Diego?
It's Diego.
Diego? Wonderful.
Yes.
Talk to us about how you lost Diego.
Mind you, I took a lot of losses over the course of 4 years due to poisoning.
Yes.
And the pressure I felt when I knew that I had no control was overwhelming.
Yes.
I would have never imagined someone going through extremes and targeting such innocent creatures. But the day I lost Diego was completely devastating for me. I remember when my mom called and broke the news that Diego was displaying signs of poisoning alongside my 2 other dogs. And in that moment, I felt defeated. I prayed and prayed for a miracle, but when I found out that Diego didn't make it,
it must have been tough.
Knowing he had meant so much to not only me, but so many others within the community.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't mentally prepared to talk about what had happened to Diego. And it took me months to finally bring myself to say that another dog of mine was a victim of poisoning again. And the crazy thing is, there are people who is still in disbelief that this is even my story.
Can I ask you a question in hindsight? What are some of the signs that you maybe missed? I'm thinking about somebody watching now who, maybe saying, was there something that you missed or something that, in the future you will maybe see and say, oh, this is what's happening? Like, could you tell us a little bit about that?
The signs I noticed, main signs are loss of appetite, weight loss, hyperventilating. What else? It's so much. They throw up a lot. With my other dog, Ladybug, she threw up like a lot of blue stuff. And when she was pregnant, I didn't see the signs, but I knew something was off about her behavior. They will have like a swollen face. They will smell like a chemical. Like my dog my dog Diablo, he smelled like pesticide. And the smell was super strong that it took over the whole house. He had bloody stool. His eyes were very red and dilated, and they feel like they were very weak. Like my dog Ladybug, she lost her ability to even move.
Man. Now looking back, what are some of the things that you've been proactive about doing differently and changing so that it doesn't happen again?
I started teaching my dogs impulse control, and it became a daily routine for me. And once I established that for a while, I also solidified my dogs in obedience by teaching them to leave it. I can say that my method, I taught my dogs to think rather than react impulsively. And the main factor that I focus on with my dogs is decision-making and boundary. But what truly protected my dogs, the ones I have still, is teaching them how to navigate through everyday life and socializing them to different people and personalities and scenarios. And a lot of times, if a dog engages with their owner and establishes a trusted bond with healthy boundaries and limitations, they will understand that setting their own boundaries with the outside world is a life skill. And it's absolutely amazing how much loyalty a dog can display once they understand that you are a greater resource.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure you have some parting shots for those who are, for dog owners who would have had a similar experience as yours. And of course, you have some parting shots for current dog owners and trainers. I mean, go ahead and just share with them now, because I'm sure a number of them are watching and they are empathizing with you.
Yes, yes, they are. But as far as like any advice I would give for like pet owners is to make sure that their dog is secured in the yard properly, and if possible, build a kennel or a crate for the dog, and start by crate training the dog as well. And then they can be easily monitored even when they're outside. I also do advise that pet owners keep their dog well fed, but maintain and create a healthy relationship towards food or just daily life things when it comes to a dog.
Yeah.
Great advice.
Because this may keep the dog from having the desire to search for food due to hunger. I also want to point out that boredom can be destructive for a dog as well. Boredom may give the dog the opportunity to wander, and they will find themselves in trouble. I would also suggest doing activities or like prep puzzles and do like fun games with the dog throughout the day to keep them occupied. I also recommend spaying and neutering. I do know that spaying and neutering can be quite expensive, especially to those who have a multi-dog household. And it's a lot. I understand because I got most of my dogs and neutered and spayed, but this curbs some of their behavior patterns and behavior issues that they have on
Yeah, we've spoken about that for sure.
Yeah, just recently too. I'm thinking that you were able to come and share, because I know it's tough for you, you know.
But you never know who you're helping, eh?
You never know. And I'm hoping that others who have had a similar experience are, you know, feeling more encouraged, you know. And the advice is solid and sound for them to pay attention to. Thank you so much, Trinity, for coming and sharing with us this morning.
Thanks, Trinity.
Yes, if you're just joining, well, you just saw an interview, or you missed an interview with our guest, Trinity Pierce. And that's all we have time for WAGS this day, brought to you by True Pet. Free Zone is up next, so you don't want to miss that. So stick and stay.
Oh, shocker.
I mean...